Hey everybody, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Before we get started, I just want to say hello to everybody. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Remember, if you want to ask any questions or comments, please go to our Unapologetically Me page. I don't know what happened to my guest today. So it's me today. You guys got me. Sorry. I don't know what happened to my guests. Maybe they're having some problems, technical difficulties or something. I don't know. But anyway, you know what they say, the show must go on. So it was Father's Day this past weekend. I hope that everyone, all the gentlemen, I hope that you guys had a great Father's Day and that you were spoiled by your family and all the good stuff. We didn't do anything really crazy. My husband and I, we took Max, our dog, and we went down to the shore on Sunday, and we just stayed down there and got some great sun. As you can see, I got my little tan going on, a little bit of makeup today, so I'm feeling great. And again, I'm sorry that we don't have a guest, but it's okay. Again, I don't know what happened. The show goes on, and, tra la la. But anyway, hopefully things are going well in your world. I just want to make a couple announcements, let you guys know what's going on in PWNC. Let me put on my glasses here. So if you guys want to ask me any questions, please feel free. Make sure you say hello to me. Let me know that you're here. And, we're going to go from there. So what's going on? What's going on? So we have on June 30th, it is called Social Media Day Philadelphia. I'm very excited about this because not only are we doing a 2-day social media event, but for those of you that live in Philadelphia and know where the Navy Yard is, there is going to be a meet and greet on the 30th, June 30th, that evening from 6 to 8. So you'll have the opportunity to come out. You'll be able to talk to some of the speakers that are going to be doing the event. We have people coming from Google, IBM, Facebook, every social media platform, and then some that you can think of. We have people that are going to be coming, and they're going to be sharing their wisdom. They're going to be sharing ways of how you can grow your business, especially through digital media. Because, with the COVID whole thing last year, everybody kind of had to like pivot online that possibly could. Those that had brick and mortar, of course, they couldn't because, you just couldn't do it. But for those that were home based or, had some of those restaurants where they could do takeout, they did pretty well. So it's a great event that's going to be happening. If you want to know more information about that, you can go to phillywnc.org and you can go to our events and see what's happening, or you can go to that site down there that I have, which is the phillywnc.org upcoming events. So again, that social media day, it's going to be great. And also I'm going to be hosting one of the rooms. So I'm excited. So on Friday, I will be a host on one of the rooms for social media day. I think my time slot is from 11 to 12. Again, if you want to know more about that, go to phillywnc.org. So our next event, which I'm very excited about, for those of you who don't know or may know, I don't know, but I do some trainings for Temple. So this one is in July, and the reason why I'm talking about it now is because July and August, we are going to be taking off from the show. So our last show will be next week. We have a great guest. So again, we're going to be taking off July and August, and we'll be resuming in September in the fall. So I have another workshop coming up that I'm going to be doing for Temple Small Business Development Center. Very excited about it. As you can see, we are also a Grow with Google partner. So I'm going to be doing a training on communicating with Google Calendar and Gmail. So for those people that use Gmail, that want to know more about Google, how to sync their calendar with Gmail, all that good stuff, please come and be with us that day. That's going to be on a Thursday. It's going to be July 15th. The time is going to be around lunchtime. We try to do it around lunchtime. And that's going to be 1:30 to 2:30 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. The cost of that is free, and it's going to be a webinar. So again, you can go to phillywnc.org. You can go to our events, and you're able to sign up there. So hopefully you will be able to come. And the next thing that we're very, very excited about, or I should say I'm excited about, is recently I have been invited to join the National Small Business Association. So as a council member. So I'm very excited about this. The reason is because, of course, we talk on behalf of the small businesses. We're an advocate for the small businesses. We've had the opportunity to go to our council people here in Philadelphia and let them know about the concerns and the issues and different things like that small businesses face. We know that during COVID, a lot of small businesses were closed, especially women businesses and minority businesses that were closed forever. So, some of our, along with other people across the nation, will be coming and talking about issues that really concern us. So not only that, I will also have the opportunity to go to Washington from time to time to talk to them about business issues and different things like that. So I'm very excited about this. This is very huge for me. I'm very honored to have been asked to be a part of that, because one, I'm a small business, and two, because I work with other women small businesses. Our network consists of maybe last time I looked, it was over 1,200 of women businesses. So of all types, we have everything from startup to more seasoned business women. We have some women that are part-timers doing their business. Some are full-timers. So there's a lot that's going on. And we try to bring programs to help, our women to get to the next level that they want to get to. So there's a lot going on in PWNC. A lot of changes, a lot of restructuring. We're looking to see what's working, what's not working, what we can bring more of, what we can, some things that are not working, take away. So I'm excited for the next couple of months to come. I'm also excited that in July, I'll start to calm down myself a little bit as far as what it is that I'm doing. But, there's a lot of things that is coming down the pike for PWNC that I'm very excited about, and especially our foundation, PWNC Foundation, which was formed to help those women that have full-time jobs and part-time jobs who are looking to go to, transition to entrepreneurship full-time. So we're getting together a whole program in place that we are going to be offering to our community, where they'll have the opportunity to come and get some real training and coaching. And, it's a hand-holding type of thing. These are, again, for more seasoned businesses. These are businesses that have been around for a while, who might have gotten to that point where they're a little stuck in their business and they don't feel that they're growing, or they don't feel they're going any further than they have been. So we're putting a program in place. Actually, the program is already there. We're just waiting for the final tune to happen, and then we're going to be offering that. What I'm excited about also is that Temple University is also interested in our program. So we will have the opportunity to extend this program to them as well, where some of their people will be able to apply to the program, because they'll have to apply and get into our program. And this is something that we plan on doing for a while. So I'm very excited that Temple want to be a part of this. It's just been a blessing being a part of Temple's network. So that's what we're going to be doing in our foundation. One thing that I really like is that now for our startups, we did not forget about you. For our startups, we collaborated with an organization who does mentoring for startups. So actually, we put I think we put the announcement in our newsletter, and we also put it in our group on Facebook, letting our community know that we are going to now be also offering mentorship for startups 2 years and under. So for all of those that are not quite sure what to do now that they started a business, or what direction to go into, or just the fundamentals of running a business, we now have a collaborative partnership where we will allow, a certain amount of people, and actually it's almost full. I think we have 1 or 2 spots left. And then that program is going to be starting next month in a couple of weeks. So we have a whole organization that is dedicated to mentoring our women, which I'm very excited about. It's a proven organization. They've been around for a while. They've been doing this. So we're very excited about that as well. So like I tell people, it's all about collaborations. It's all about collaborations. If you're not looking to collaborate, you can't, your business can't grow. It just can't grow. I remember over 3 years ago when I started PWNC, there were so many other organizations out here, especially women organizations, that were already networking, that were doing things that I was about to branch into. And of course, I came from a background of not knowing how to run a women's business group. I come from a background of a medical field. So I just brought that, I got a vision of what to do and how to go about it. And I had no idea that it was going to turn into what it is today and how much it has grown. And just working with the women that I'm working with, who are fabulous. We have some fabulous, fabulous women in our group that are doing some phenomenal things. And, I'm very excited about that. And I always say in PWNC, it's not about competition. It's about celebrating. We celebrate one another. If you're doing something that's positive, if you're giving back to the community, we want to recognize you. We want people to know who you are, and we want people to know who your business is, because that's what it's all about. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to serve you, and to make sure that you try to get to that level that it is that you want to get to, if you want the help. I feel this way. I don't need to convince you. I don't need to try to prove anything to you. I mean, for those of you that have been watching PWNC from day one, you've seen how we have grown. You've seen where we have went. You've seen the collaborations we have made. So as far as getting the job done, I'm not worried about that, because we stand behind our brand and I know what it is that we can offer. So again, we do have a community page on Facebook. It's the same thing, the Philadelphia Women's Network Connection. Like I said, it's free to be a part of. So if you are a business person and you are looking for a network where you're celebrated, where you're encouraged, where you're giving tons and tons of resources, because Lord knows those ladies will tell you, I drop resources in the group every day, whether it's about grants, whether it's about webinars, classes, whatever you can think of to help you grow your business. I'm always dropping in the group. And I tell people, it's up to you to take advantage of the resources that I'm giving to you. And opportunities don't go away. Opportunities never go away. If you decide that you don't want the opportunity, guess what? There's always someone waiting in the wings, or might even be right next to you waiting for that opportunity. So, it's a great thing. It's a great thing. So I think our guest might have popped in here. I see him now. And so maybe I can bring him on. Dr. Sanul, let's see here. Give me a second. Hello, Dr. Sanul. How are you?
Hello. Felicia.
Hi. I already started the program without you. I was telling my guests I don't know what happened to you, but I guess you would have popped up sooner or later. So how are you, sir?
I am doing well. I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for having me. And I apologize. This is
Okay.
supposed to be unapologetic show, huh? And
It's
here I am starting out.
unapologetically for me, not for you.
I see. Okay. Well, I will start out by apologizing, okay, for being late on the show. I am sorry I had a patient emergency that I had to attend to, but I'm
Mhm.
glad to be in here with you this afternoon.
Okay, great. Well, you know what? We understand. I mean, you're a doctor after all. Things happen. I used to work in the hospital, so I know things happen. So we have about 15 minutes. So talk to us. Tell us what's going on. First of all, uh, let me introduce my guest, Dr. Sanel Corrielus. Did I pronounce that right?
It's Corrielus, yes. Sanul
Corrielus.
Corrielus, yes.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So tell us what I'll go back a little bit. So, what made you decide to go into the field of medicine, especially cardiology?
Oh, wow. That's a really great question, Felicia. And I will suffice it to say that for me, it was really a personal calling, a personal decision that stemmed from my experience with my dad. My dad died of heart disease.
Okay.
He died when I was a young age of 18 years old. 18
Mm-hmm.
years old is when my dad died of heart disease. So I felt that heart disease stole my dad from me. So ever since then, I was on the quest to really understanding heart disease and really seeing how I can help prevent another young boy or young man,
Mm-hmm.
from having their dad stolen from them. So for me, it was particularly what was most interesting about my story is that I'm originally from Haiti
Mm-hmm.
and born and raised, and my dad was living here long before I came here to the United States to join him. And
Mm-hmm.
I moved there when I was 17 to live with him. So then after a year, this happened. So
Mm-hmm.
you can imagine how devastating this was for me as I was trying to get to know my dad. I had dreams. I had a lot of things that I wanted to do with my dad, and
Right.
here, our time together got cut short. And
Right.
one of the other things, that really inspired me to becoming a cardiologist was that I remembered how little he knew about the condition. It's almost like he was in a war and he did not have the tools or the ammunitions and the know-how to defend himself. So
Mm-hmm.
he was really resorting to a lot of those things that were contributing to the worsening of his condition
Mm-hmm.
just because he didn't know better. And so my passion, my drive for becoming a cardiologist is really to empower my patients, to really give them the tools, the ammunitions, in order to be able to fight the condition or prevent it, for that matter, because we do know that heart disease is a preventable condition. It
Right.
can be prevented if we know what to do. So that is
Right.
my calling. That's my drive. Yes.
Well, good for you. And your patients are very lucky to have you. Cardiology always fascinated me. Going back a little bit, my career was in medical field as well. I started in radiology. And then
Okay.
I went back to school for nursing. And
Uh,
then I worked at the Department of Veteran Affairs here in Philadelphia for 9.5 years. So I know about people not knowing about their health. And for some reason, I don't know why it's so hard for men to go to the doctor. I don't understand it. My husband and I, we laugh because we're like, a person will wait until they have a lump on their head this big and they had
yeah.
it for 5 years. Now all of a sudden they want to come and find out what it is when it
Yeah.
could have been preventable. So
Yes.
I'm sure you can relate on some of that.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that's one to narrow it down further. My drive, my what I do is really to inspire men. I work
Mhm,
with men to really help them understand their health conditions, and
mhm,
just break it down to them in a way that is palatable, that they can understand, and
mhm,
so that they can be empowered to take care of themselves, so they're not afraid. Because a lot of times we men, when we don't take care of our health, we don't go
mhm.
to the doctors because we don't want to know. We're afraid. There's a fear factor, right?
Right.
So a lot of that fear is rooted by the lack of understanding, of knowledge, the fear of not knowing, right?
Right.
If we understand that, okay, heart disease is, which is the number one killer in our community, if we
Mm-hmm.
understand that it can be prevented, if we
Mm-hmm.
understand that certain things that we can do to keep it from worsening,
Mm-hmm.
then we are now empowered to look to face it. And now, when we face it, then we know that we partner with a doctor who can really give us the really low down. We can inspire us. We can drive us to doing things that we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Then we no longer fearful. Then we can take it on. And so that's what I do in my practice. I help men to empower them, to drive them, so that they don't die of heart disease prematurely, in order to continue to live their lives and be the gifts or the passion that they are in their community and in the lives of their loved ones.
Yeah, and what you do is so important. It's so important because I tell people it starts with your heart. Your heart is your engine of everything in your body. So if
That's
that's not
right.
working properly, nothing is going to work properly.
That's
Now,
right.
tell us a little bit. So you're the president and the CEO of the Philadelphia Premier Cardiovascular Consultants, LLC. So tell us a little bit about that. Now, do you also, Dr. Sanel, work in a hospital, or are you in a building to its own? Tell us all about it. I'm excited
Yes.
about this.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm the president and CEO of Philadelphia Premier Cardiovascular Consultant, which is a private practice, independently owned, community-based cardiology practice. The reason why that's important is really for what I said. It's community-based. That means it's in the community, caring for the heart of the community, with no red tapes, with no barriers. We are here in the community, and we believe in meeting the patients where they are. Again,
Mhm.
it's all about really being able to connect. It's really being able to really take that fear factor. We think that we can do that. We can do that because we can connect with the community in ways that other providers can't, because we are of the community. We understand the community. We understand all those nuances, all those things that it takes. We believe in meeting the patients where they are, and for that matter, we believe that healthcare is really about relationship.
Right.
Healthcare is about relationship, really,
Hmm.
because when you are able to relate and connect with your providers, then you are able to be empowered. You're able to understand the nuances of your condition. Now you feel like you can come in and check in and be able to learn about your condition, learn about your health, so that you can be better, you can do better.
Hmm.
And so people, I can say our being in the community is
Hmm.
really being an oasis
Hmm.
in the community, to the point where people, our patients, want to come to see us, because
Right.
we are all family. We like family oriented. We like welcoming. We
Hmm.
want it to be such that you come in, we are there for you. You're coming in to see a friend. You're coming in to see someone that really care about you, who's
Hmm.
vested into your health, who's vested into the better health of the community. That's what Philadelphia Premier Cardiovascular Consultant stands for in the community.
Wonderful. Now, where are you guys located?
We are in West Oakland section of Philadelphia,
Hmm.
7452 Ogons Avenue
Hmm.
is where we are currently, but certainly we have auxiliary locations throughout the city, and we're looking at a couple other locations that will soon be announcing on our website. But our website is where you find all the information that you need. It's www.corrieluscardiology.com. It's CORRIELUSCARDIOLOGY.com.
Okay. That's awesome. I'm going to put that in so they can see that at the bottom, Dr. Sanil. Give that to me again. www. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
CORRIELUS
Mm-hmm.
CARDIOLOGY, CorrielusCardiology.com.
Okay, awesome. And then this way I can put that there. So what is it that is there anything, okay, is that it? Did I spell it correctly?
You did it perfectly. Yes.
Okay, great, great. So I think the hardest part, especially in the Black community, is being able to get access to affordable health care. That's the biggest problem I see. And I think that is why in the African community that we have the high blood pressure, that we have all these other things that are not treated. And then medicine is ridiculous. I mean, you almost have to give up your firstborn to just buy a prescription. And I'm
Yeah.
sure you can relate to
Yes,
that.
yes, yes, absolutely. And that's why prevention is key, right? Because, I mean, not only when you practice those unhealthy lifestyles, not
Hmm.
only is it causing a burden to your health, but
Hmm.
also it's costing your pocket, right?
Right.
It's costing you an arm and a leg to be able to take care of that condition
Hmm.
when you could use that arm and leg to keep yourself, standing, and thriving.
Right.
So there's a choice. It's a
Right.
choice. Really, it comes down to a choice that a lot of times is challenging. A lot of
Hmm.
times it's not an easy one, but it really comes down to really trying to make the right decision for you and every moment, every chance, every time you get, because you got because health is the most important asset you will ever have,
That's right.
because you unfortunately it a lot of times people don't realize it until they lose it, until they don't have it, and then they wish that
Hmm.
they had taken care of themselves. They wish they had done this, they had invested into their health, and at that time really you're never going to get it back to where it was before. So that's why if there's one message I can pass on today,
Hmm.
is really for you folks out there who are listening. Take care of your health. Really take care of your heart, because your heart is the center of it all. If you take care of your heart, if you invest it in your heart, everything else is going to fall into place, and you will be happy of the results. Your heart will thank you for it.
You're absolutely right. And, like they said, time, you can't get that back. Your health, you can't get back. So take care of yourself while you can, while you're still young, while you're able to. It's so important. I can't stress that enough. So, is there anything important that you would like for us to know? I mean, we still have some time. And
Okay.
again, I appreciate you for coming
Yeah.
on. Like, I know how it is trying to get away sometimes. Things do happen, but I'm
Yeah.
glad that you were at least able to come on and talk to us for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, is there any information that you would like us to know besides later, which I'm going to have you, besides your website, if there's any other way that you want people to get in contact with you that they can?
Yeah, so I absolutely am very much. I believe access, like you mentioned, access is very important. Access is very important, and a lot of times, it depends on what you define as access, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, ac- so it's very important to understand that having uh, an access issue can come in many different ways.
Right.
It could be it could be that you have the insurance and yet you're not able to find a doctor that you can connect with, a doctor
Right.
that can really inspire, that can give you the information in a way that really empowers you, that propels you to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's an access issue, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So for me, the way I can contribute to the solution is really to allow the community access to what I know is the best cardiologists they can find in the
Right.
community.
Right.
I know I'm vested into the health of the community. I'm
Mm-hmm.
committed to the better health of the community. And I know when I am able to get a chance to speak with my patients, I'm able to connect with them and make it make sense for them as to why they should take care of themselves, as to why they should take care of their heart. And a lot of times, they come back and after they see the fruits of the benefits of being now inspired to doing that, they come back and thank me for it. And
Mm-hmm.
so I am accessible in all form of social media at drcorielis.com. Either it's Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. It's Dr. Corrielus, DrCorrielus.com.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I'm going to ask you a question that I usually ask nurses and different things like that. And it's okay about the phone. This is live. Things happen. So
Yeah, that's right.
my question is, how do you feel about holistic medicine?
Yeah, I think for me, also one thing I did not mention is Corrielus cardiology. We about an integrative. We all integrative. We believe in the holistic approach to health.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you come to me as a cardiologist, one of the things that I'm going to want to know is you learn to know about you as an individual, because I cannot treat your heart without knowing what your circumstances, everything about you, all the nuances, all the factors that have contributed to you being you and the symptoms that you're presenting with.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely, and at the same token, to a treatment approach has got to be integrative. It has got to take into account all the other factors that would contribute to your better health.
Mm-hmm.
So when you come to see me, we'll be talking about not just medications. We'll be talking about exercise. We're
Mm-hmm.
talking about nutrition. What are the things that you're eating? Because we believe that medicine is food is the ultimate medicine.
Right.
And we'll be talking about your sleep. How well are you sleeping? Because we know that sleep is an important factor of your health and well-being. And
Mm-hmm.
we'll be talking about nutritional supplementations. What are some of the vitamins and minerals that you should be taking that is going to complement your better health? That's going to bring about the wellness into your body, mind, and spirit. So yes, absolutely, it's got to be said that we have to take a holistic approach to the healthcare that we provide and receive in the community.
That's awesome. And I love to hear that because so many times, people will go to doctors and the first thing they do is they want to put them on medication instead of fight. That was one of my biggest fights when I was at the VA. Someone would come in through the ER, and I know because of these days America is so happy, but somebody come through the ER and they have a headache, so they want to give them the $1 million workup. So they're going to get a CAT scan, they're going to get X-rays, they might even give an MRI.
Mhm.
So when the patient comes up to me, I would talk to the patient. I was like, "Do you have high blood pressure? Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Did you take your medicine?
Mhm.
Not yet. Or
Yeah.
have you been monitoring yourself?" So you're right. It is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Knowing, of course, exercise. Even if you do something simple as getting out and walking for an
Right.
hour a day, get
Right.
your body moving, eating
Right.
less, and just taking care of yourself. So are there any other words that you want to leave us with before we leave? And I'll just have to have you on the show again.
Sure.
Kyle Corrielus. I don't know who they are, but thank you for joining. They're joining us from YouTube. Thank you. Thank
That's right. That's my son.
That must be your fan club there.
That's right. That's right. That's my buddy.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, okay. That is
That's
so
my
cool.
son. My
Oh,
son,
that's your
Kyle.
son. That's your
Yeah, my
son.
son. Yes.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So I want to make sure that you give out the information. Now we have a lot of people on here that we're about to leave. So so I want to make sure that you give out information, because I do want people to be able to get in contact with you. I love that you do take you do talk about the holistic approach. I love that. Because I always say you start taking medicine and then you got to take medicine to combat the symptoms that you're having. And
Right.
then it just goes on and on
Right.
and on
Right.
and on.
Right. Right.
It
Right.
never stops.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one thing that I always like to add in there, as
Mhm.
my daughter
I see. I see.
checking in on me. Look
You
at
have
the,
you have a
look at
fan
that.
club here. Look at
Yeah, I
this.
see.
Oh, okay. So Seven, you have a question. What is your question? Let us know before we leave so Dr.
Yes.
Sanul can answer. But you were about to say something. I'm sorry.
Yes. Yes. I was about to say that, add, to add to everything that you have mentioned, it's very important to know that one of the prescriptions that folks often leave my office with
Mhm.
is a prescription for gratitude,
Yes.
practicing gratitude.
Yes.
To me, practicing gratitude is really important. It's
Yes.
important to our health and well-being more
Hmm.
than we'll ever think.
Yeah.
And every time when we practice gratitude, it's really help. It can help to decrease our blood pressure. It
Hmm.
can help to decrease inflammation or any kind of disease process that may be going on,
Hmm.
because a lot of times the disease process is on the basis of inflammation. When
Right.
there's inflammation going on, when there's stress, when there's all different factors that are going on in our body, it leads to inflammation. And
Hmm.
gratitude counteracts that. And
Right.
to just say thank you to somebody, to just reach out to someone and just say, thank you for being you, thank you, and just extend an ounce of gratitude every chance we get is really therapeutic. We reap the most benefit from that more than any prescriptions or the prescription medications that I can send you to the pharmacy to get. So if I can leave on another note, that will
Mhm.
be to really practice gratitude on a daily basis in everything that we do as a community.
I love it. I love it because I am all about gratitude. I am all about, well, I'm very spiritual. I'm very spiritual.
Very nice. Very nice.
Anybody that is friends with me on Facebook, they know I have no problem talking about God. I have no problem talking about where my blessings come from.
Fantastic.
And I know I'm a blessed person, and you're right. And we have to remember self-care. Before you came
Mhm.
on, I was talking about Father's Day, and happy belated Father's Day.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
I was talking about Father's Day. My husband and I, we didn't do anything. We grabbed the dog, we went down to the shore for the day, and we
Uh-huh.
just laid and relaxed. We did
Yeah.
nothing. And it was
Okay.
wonderful. And when we came
Good.
back home, I felt like I was going for the whole week. That's how
Mm.
but let me tell you,
Mm.
Dr. Sanal, it took a while to get there. It wasn't
Yeah.
always like that. You
Yeah.
know, it took a while for me to put myself first and really start taking care of myself because,
That's
you
right.
start getting older
That's
and
right.
your body's letting you
Yeah.
know when things are not right. And
Yeah.
just removing the stress that doesn't need to be there,
Sure. Sure.
you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, it goes back to prevention, right? I mean,
Hmm.
if we're talking about disease, we're talking about heart disease and whatnot. We have to understand that again, heart disease can be prevented.
Right.
And so, what are those things that we can do to prevent heart disease? Is
Hmm.
exactly what you're talking about, the practice of self-care. And it does not just happen coincidentally.
Hmm.
It has, you have to be intentional about it. You have to start practicing it on a day in and day out basis for it
Right.
to become part of the routine of what you do.
Right.
So the young children who are listening, okay, I see a thumbs up from Kyle here. It's really to start making that part of who you are now as you
Right.
get younger. So then you can circumvent the disease process, and
Hmm.
so that it's less of a challenge for you as you get older, if it's part of your routine now as you are younger. In different, how they say that just like there are many seasons in the year, there are
Yeah.
different seasons in life. So the sooner you start that process in your earlier seasons in life, the easier the latter seasons will be for you as you continue to on your life journey.
That is so true. That is so true. Well, Dr. Snell, I remember I met you through BBLC, correct?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
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 Absolutely,
I'm so glad
absolutely.
that we did. And BBLC is doing some wonderful things. And for those of you that don't know, BBLC is the Black Business Leadership Correlation. So it consists of, I think it's 32 or 33 organizations.
33 organizations, yes.
Yes, here
Mhm.
in Philadelphia, and we're doing some wonderful things. We have some things that we are going to be bringing to Philadelphia to just help. And I'm glad that you are part of it, because it's so important.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I'm likewise very inspired by you and all the other members who are part of the coalition, because that's what it takes to have a healthier community. We need to collaborate, just like in order to be able to have a healthier and wealthier
Hmm.
self. You gotta be. It's not gonna happen in isolation. We have to
Right,
understand we are part of a community. We have
right.
to find ways to collaborate and see how we can use this our synergies to move us ahead. And so we all have our differences. Our differences just as well
Mhm.
is can be fuels that can lead us to better ground. So really, it's about really treasuring each other for
Right.
the wealth that we bring to the table of the differences that we have,
Mhm.
and really be able to move forward in a healthy way.
Absolutely. So, Dr. Sanel, we are at 111. So, again, I'm just going to have you come back when we come in
Yeah.
September so you can let us know what's going on. Hopefully, you won't have an emergency, but if you do, things happen. And that just means that you're somewhere doing something good for someone. So, it's all good. I was holding the fort down until you came.
Yeah,
So,
you
okay.
did an awesome
I'm
job.
a little used to this right now.
Well, I appreciate you. You did an awesome job keeping it rolling. I wasn't sure, what to expect. I said, okay, I'm gonna jump in right away, and I'm gonna jump in anyways, and I'm
Yeah.
glad I did because
Me too.
you kept it
Yeah.
rolling.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too. Because people were looking forward to hearing you and seeing what it is that you're doing in your practice, and it's a wonderful thing. It's not off, and I'm going to say this. I'm sorry, but for the little minority boys and girls, for them to see a doctor, not only a doctor but a cardiologist, and talking about health and how important it is for you to take care of yourself, but to also let them know that you can be anything that you want in this world. Don't be stopped by the way you may look. You may not look like some other people, but it's okay. One thing that they cannot take away from you is your education. So that is so important. And I know your father is so proud of you. I'm sorry that it took that for you to get into this, but you know what? It's a wonderful thing because you knew after his passing that you didn't want this to happen to other families. So
that's right.
I applaud you. I always say the doctors and the nurses are special, because it's you're there to serve us and make sure that we take care of each other. So any lasting words before we leave?
No, absolutely. I think you really nail it home for me. That is, to the young children listening.
Mhm,
Okay, it's you have a lot. I want to talk to them directly. That they have a lot to offer. That
mhm.
really the world is awaiting their. Prosperity, all the knowledge, all that they have. So don't let anyone take it away from them. That you can be all that you set your mind to doing. You just need to know that, and that's my departing word to the listening audiences and to the young children listening. Go for it. Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So Dr. Sanal, thank you for being on. Hold on a second. I want to say goodbye to my guests and I'll be right back.
Sure.
Okay, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We had a great show. I am so glad that Dr. Sanal was able to come on to at least let you know who he is and what it is that he's doing. And of course, we're going to have him back on the show so he'll be able to get his full half an hour. And who knows, by then, who knows, he might have a lot more to tell you. He could have been written a book by then, or I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. You never know. Like they say, put it out into the universe. But everyone, have a great day. Remember to come back next Tuesday at 12:30 on Unapologetically Me, Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you take care of yourself and be safe. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye now.